Long live this broadcasting network run by the youth wing of the Dakshina Lanka Fisheries Organization. So today we are going to talk and express our views on the Environment Day, which we celebrate every year with great pomp, but it limited to that day only. Talk is unnecessary. Action is important to us. So let us first turn to be the words of social activist Comrade Prabhat. He speaks on the topic of how this Environment Day, which we celebrate with limited words, should be celebrated and whether the celebration held so far have been successful.
In every year, the entire world celebrates the Environmental Day, spending hundreds of millions of dollars for ceremonial events and press briefings. But Environmental Day celebrations have not yet made a meaningful impact on the environment. Beyond the green ribbons, rethinking Environmental Day. Today, as we are ready to celebrate another Environmental Day, it's worth asking ourselves a different but necessary question. What has actually changed for the environment because of these celebrations? The truth is very little. Each year, we host tree planting drives, post inspiring quotes on social media, wear green, and maybe attend a seminar or two. But these symbolic gestures, while well intentioned, rarely translate into a real change. In fact, most Environmental Day activities are like putting a bandage on a broken dam. They are performative, loud enough to be seen, but too shallow to make a dent in the systemic issues we face. Our idols today are so-called green activists like Greta Thunberg, who's done nothing but tweeting about global warming and net zero while running a far left-wing political campaign behind the stage. Also, we have so-called green parties across the West, which care nothing about the environment but promotes their leftist political agendas. Let's be honest, the world doesn't need another slogan. It needs accountability. And one day a year will never counteract the other 364 days of pollution, deforestation, overconsumption, and political inaction. Celebrating the environment without changing the system that harm it is like celebrating the health while smoking a cigarette. Corporations sponsor these events to appear green while continuing practices that destroy ecosystems. Government across the world tweet about climate action, organize awareness campaigns about global warming while funding cobalt mining in order to make EV batteries. And many of us attend these events, then return to the same unsustainable habits we had before. If Environmental Day is to mean anything, it needs to stop being a performance and start being a promise of policy, change, of long-term commitment, and a radical, sometimes uncomfortable transformation in how we live, consume, and govern. We don't need more environmental days, we need more environmental years, environmental decades, and an environmental lifetime. Until that happens, this day will remain a well decorated illusion, comforting to us but meaningless to the world. Thank you.
If we look back at these few words of his, what he says is very true. The celebration of Environment Day is something that almost everyone does with great pomp. But is it limited to words only or is it limited to the day of celebration? Let us think about this again. Now let us turn to the idea of Comrade Nisal Kodituaku, a second year student of the Faculty of Law of the University of Colombo, Sri Lanka. He talks about what the government is doing for Environment Day, what the government is doing for the environment, and what the Nafso network is doing for the environment. Let us see how his idea is.
Today we not only celebrate nature but also renew our duty to protect it. As a legal advisor, I believe law and youth activism together can create real change. Sri Lanka has several key legal frameworks to safeguard the environment. The National Environment Act number 47 of 1980 in the cornerstone empowering the Central Environmental Authority to regulate pollution and protect ecosystems. And also laws like Flora Protection Ordinance, Forest Ordinance, Marine Pollution Prevention Act further provide tools to manage and conserve our natural heritage. However, laws alone are not enough. We must ensure proper enforcement and public awareness. Let's propose clear youth inclusive policies. Mandate environmental education in all schools. Empower locals to work with youth groups. Establish legal aid channels for reporting environmental violations. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the National Fisheries Solidarity Movement for their valuable support and guidance. Your commitment to environmental justice and community empowerment has inspired our efforts. Through your knowledge sharing, mentorship, and encouragement, we have been able to engage meaningfully in legal awareness and advocacy, especially on issues impacting coastal and fishing communities. Thank you for standing with us in the journey toward a more just, sustainable, and inclusive Sri Lanka.
Those meaningful words of Comrade Nisal, in those crude words, told us what measures have been taken by the Sri Lankan government so far and how they are being implemented. Also, what activities are taking place through the Nafso network and what has been done for the environment through that network. So, next, let us turn to the environmental crisis, or rather, how the global environmental crisis will affect our world in the future. The next person to join this broadcast network is Sister Tilni Saubhagya, a second year student of the Faculty of Art, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. Let us now examine what will happen in the future if the environmental crisis continue like this.
Good morning, everyone. Today, on Environment Day, let's truly pause and feel the pulse of our extraordinary planet. For generations, we have enjoyed nature's boundless gifts, clean air, fertile soil, vibrant oceans. But today, the Earth is sending us a clear, urgent message, one that resonates across every continent. We are living through what is extremely the global nature crisis. This isn't just a distant problem, it's unfolding right now everywhere and it's fundamentally shaping the world our children will inherit. Think about the evidence reaching far beyond our shores. From the scorching heat waves in India that push human endurance to its limits, to the devastating floods in Pakistan that displaced millions and wiped our livelihoods. We have seen unprecedented wildfires raging across Canada and Australia, turning vast forests into ash and causing smoke to drift thousands of miles. In Europe, major rivers like the Rhine are facing historic low water levels, disrupting shipping and power generation. And critical ecosystems like the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of our planet, are facing relentless deforestation impacting global climate patterns. These aren't isolated incidents. They are all alarming symptoms of one interconnected crisis. Climate change driven by human activities pushing our natural system to their breaking point. We are consuming, polluting, and altering our natural world at a scale that's simply unsustainable. So on this Environment Day, why does this matter to you? Because the future world, the one we are creating right now, will be a direct reflection of the choices we make today. If global temperatures continue to rise, we face even more extreme weather events impacting everything from food security to safe housing. If critical ecosystem collapse, the natural buffers that protect us from disasters will vanish. If we fail to transition to cleaner energy, the air we breathe and the water we drink will become increasingly polluted, affecting global health. But here's the powerful message of hope. We are not powerless. The scale of the challenge is global, but so is our capacity for change. This Environment Day isn't just a celebration, it's a shared call to action. The future world, a thriving, resilient, and beautiful world, is still within our grasp. But it requires us to listen to the Earth's urgent message, to act with collective responsibility, and to choose a path of harmony with nature. Let's make this Environment Day the day we truly dedicate ourselves to securing a vibrant future for our planet and for all who call it home. Thank you.
I think you will feel the essence of this message from Sister Tilni very well. So look at this word in her speech. Let us make this Environment Day a day of real dedication to securing a living future for our planet and all those who call it home. So, this Dakshina Lanka Fisheries Organization Broadcasting Network has taken steps to spread that message to the country and the world. So, let us move on to this Environment Day in schools, or to put a few words before you about what has been done so far to protect this environment and what can be done in the future. Now, the Dakshina Lanka Fisheries Organization Broadcasting Network joins Sister Nimsara, a second-year student of the Department of Data Science of the Sri Lanka Institute of Information Technology.
I'm Nimsara. I represent the Nafso community from Hambantota district. Today, my focus is a topic that affects all of us: the environment and the role our schools play in protecting it. Across the country, many schools have introduced environmental programs such as Shramadana campaigns, tree planting events, cleanup days like events supported by the Central Environmental Authority. Some schools also participate in national movements like Sobaharita or celebrating days like World Environment Day with special activities. For these programs aims to build awareness and inspire action. And yes, they do work to an extent, but we must ask ourselves, are they being implemented properly? In many cases, programs start strong but fade over time. For I can give some examples. A tree may be planted, but no one checks if it survives or not. Dustbins are kept in classrooms, but waste is not always separated or recycled. Sometimes activities are done only for the sake of competitions or inspections, not as a part of a long-term plan. For these programs to truly succeed, we need real commitment, not just from teachers but also from students and parents. It is based on the students' attitudes. Things like paying attention to protecting the environment is something that should be practiced from our young age. Environmental education should be a part of our daily school life, not just something we do once a term. Schools should work with local communities and environmental authorities to make sure their actions are meaningful and sustainable. After all, our country, Sri Lanka, is blessed with rich biodiversity and natural beauty. Protecting it is not our duty, it's our future. So, we can start it from our schools. It's a small step, but small actions, when done together, can create a big change. Thank you.
Is this information she is saying true? What do you think about this? If we can develop the attitude of school children at a young age, protecting the environment will not be such a difficult task. So thanks to her. The next person to join our broadcast network is Comrade Nirmita. Here is your opportunity to express your opinion.
I'm Sehan Nirmita from Hambantota district. Nafso has been helping, advising and guiding us for a long time to protect the environment. In our district, self-sufficient units are being created using organic fertilizers. The coordinator has instructed the people of our societies to collect plastic and polythene without burning them. I would like to thank Mr. Herman Kumara, who is convener, for giving instructions and help. I would like to thank Mr. Laksiri Fernando and everyone who gave other advices for a better environment. Thank you.
Yes, he reminded us of the great work that can be done for the ecosystem of Sri Lanka. The convener of the Nafso network, Mr. Herman Kumara, and the national coordinator of the youth wing of the Nafso network, or the Youth Movement for Environment and Social Change, Mr. Laksiri Fernando, will remind them once again and appreciating the work they are doing. We will move on to the next idea of our broadcast network. Next, a message is being sent to us by Brother Laksara Samaratunga, a second-year student of the Department of Arts Studies at the University of Ruhuna, Sri Lanka, and the founder of the Southern Lanka Fisheries Organization and the Hambantota District Coordinator of the Nafso Network. I am ready to convey his message to you in my voice, and one of his requests was that this message be given to the country in his mother tongue. So here is this message. අපේ හුස්මෙන් පවා පරිසරය නිවේවා. සෝබා දහම අප සැමගේ ජීවයේ ප්‍රධානම උල්පතයි. එහි උසස්ම සහ විස්මය ජනක නිර්මාණ මානවයාය. එහි ප්‍රධානම භාරකාරත්වය මානවයාට හිමිය. අනෙකුත් සතා සිව්පාවන්, ගහකොළ, ඇලදොළහි රැකගැන්ම මානවයා සතු පරම වගකීමයි. එම වගකීම් පැහැර හරිමින් කටයුතු කරන හුදෙක් මානවයන්ගේ මානව චින්තනය යහපත් තත්ත්වයකට ගෙන යා හැකි දිනයක් ලෙසට අද දින කටයුතු කරමු. මම ලක්ෂර සමරතුංග. හොඳයි, වටිනා පණිවිඩයක් රටට යොමු කළ ඔබට හදපිරි ස්තුතිය පුද කරමින් මීළඟට අපගේ විකාශන ජාලයත් සමග එකතු වන්නේ හම්බන්තොට දිස්ත්‍රික් තරුණ සමාජ ක්‍රියාකාරී චේතනා සත්සරණී සහෝදරියයි. ඇය අප සමග කතා බස් කරන්නේ පරිසර දින තේමාව සම්බන්ධවයි. ඉතින් චේතනා, ඔබටයි මේ අවස්ථාව.
ලෝකයේම සුවපත් කරන වටිනා සේවයක් සිදු කරන පරිසරය ගැන, පරිසර දිනය ගැන 2025 වර්ෂයේ පරිසර දිනයේ තේමාව සහ අරමුණ පිළිබඳව අදහස් සමුදායක් ඔබ හා බෙදා ගන්නට හම්බන්තොට දිස්ත්‍රික්කයේ නැප්සෝ ආයතනය නියෝජනය කරමින් ඔබ හා සමීප වන මම ස්වේතනා සත්සරණී. සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ලෝකයා පරිසර දිනය ජුනි 5 වනදා සමරනවා. 2025 වර්ෂයේ පරිසර දිනයේ තේමාව විදියට පිළිස්සුණු ප්ලාස්ටික් දූෂණය හඳුන්වන්න පුළුවන්. පරිසර දිනය සඳහා සත්කාරක රටවන දකුණු කොරියාව ජාත්‍යන්තර වශයෙන් ප්ලාස්ටික් දූෂණය අවසන් කිරීමට උත්සාහ කරන ලෝ විශාලතම පරිසර ව්‍යාපාරයක් සිදු කරගෙන යනවා. ඉතින් දැන් අපි කතා කරමු ප්ලාස්ටික් දූෂණය ගැන. ලෝකයේ පුරා වසරකට මිලියන ටොන් 430ක් පමණ ප්ලාස්ටික් නිෂ්පාදනය වෙනවා. ඒ වයින් බහුතරයක්ම කෙටි කාලීනව භාවිතා කරනවා. විශාල ප්‍රමාණයක් අපජාය බවට පත් වෙනවා. ප්ලාස්ටික් දූෂණය මගින් ජල ජීවීන්, පරිසර පද්ධති සහ මිනිස් සෞඛ්‍ය සඳහා දැඩි බලපෑමක් ඇති වෙනවා. ඒ මගින් මයික්‍රෝ ප්ලාස්ටික් වශයෙන් ආහාර දාමයට එකතු වෙනවා. දැන් අපි පරිසර දිනයේ අරමුණ ගැන කතා කරලිමු. ප්ලාස්ටික් භාවිතය අඩු කිරීම, විකල්ප භාවිතා කිරීම, නැවත භාවිතය සහ ප්ලාස්ටික් අපද්‍රව්‍ය නැවත ප්‍රතිචක්‍රීකරණය සඳහා ලෝපුරා ජනතාව, ආයතනයන් සහ
රජයන් එක් කිරීම, ඒ වගේම ප්ලාස්ටික් දූෂණය අවසන් කිරීමට ජාත්‍යන්තර නීතිමය ගිවිසුමක් සකස් කිරීම සඳහා ගැටුම් සාකච්ඡා තවදුරටත් ප්‍රවර්ධනය කිරීම 2025 වර්ෂයේ පරිසර දිනයේ අරමුණ විදියට හඳුන්වන්න පුළුවන්. පරිසර දිනය වෙනුවෙන් පුංචි දෙයක් මතක් කරන්න. පරිසරය ආදරයෙන් රැකගන්න. එය ඔබේ ජීවිතය. එය ඔබේ අනාගතය. පරිසරය ආරක්ෂා කරන්න. ගසක් සිටුවීමෙන් ලෝකයම සුවපත් කරන වටිනා සේවයක් සිදු වෙනවා. ඉතින් පුළුවන් හැම වෙලාවෙම පරිසරය වෙනුවෙන් පැලයක් සිටුවන්න.
රටට ලෝකයට පරිසර දිනයක් අවශ්‍යයි. නමුත් එය දින දර්ශනයේ එක් දිනයක් පමණක් නොවනු ඇත. ඉතින් මින් ඉදිරියටම පරිසරයට යහපත් යමක් කිරීම ඔබගේ වගකීමක් වේ. ඔබට ඉදිරියට ජීවත් වීමට අවශ්‍ය නම්, එසේත් නැතිනම් ඔබගේ ඊළඟ පරම්පරාවට යහපත්ව ජීවත් වීමට අවශ්‍ය නම් පරිසරය සුරකිය යුතුමයි. පරිසරයට එකතු වන කාබන් ප්‍රමාණය අවම විය යුතුමයි. පරිසරයට එකතු වන ප්ලාස්ටික් ප්‍රමාණය අවම විය යුතුමයි. ඔබත් ඔබේ ගෙවත්තේ තිබෙන ප්ලාස්ටික් ප්‍රමාණය අවම කරන්න. පුළුස්සන කාබන් ප්‍රමාණය අවම කරන්න. හැකි සෑම විටම තිරසර භාවිතයන්ට යොමු වන්න. පරිසර විනාශයට හේතු වන ද්‍රව්‍ය ප්‍රතිචක්‍රීකරණයට යොමු කරවන්න. එසේත් නැතිනම් භාවිතය අවම කරන්න. හොඳයි, මගේ පණිවිඩයද එසේ ඔබට ලබා දීමට කැමැතියි. මෙතෙක් වේලා ඔබ හා එක්වමින් දක්ෂිණ ලංකා ධීවර සංවිධානයේ මාර්ගගත විකාශන ජාලය මෙහෙය වූ මම ශ්‍රී ලංකා කැලණිය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ ඉන්දිනේරු තාක්ෂණ වෛද්‍ය පීඨයේ පළමු වසර ශිෂ්‍ය උදාන්ත දිනිජය වේ. නැවතත් මෙවැනිම වූ වැඩසටහනකින් හමුවීමට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන අදට ඔබෙන් සමුගනිමු. අප හා එක්වන්න, රට ලෝකයට වැඩදායි පුද්ගලයෙකු වන්න. රටට සුබ වේවා, ඔබට ජය වේවා කියා ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමින් මම නිහඬ වෙමි. The country and the world need an environment day, but it will not be just one day on the calendar. So it is your responsibility to do something good for the environment from now on. If you want to live in the future, or if you want your next generation to live well, you must protect the environment. The amount of carbon added to the environment must be minimized. The amount of plastic added to the environment must be minimized. You should also minimize the amount of plastic in your garden. Reduce the amount of carbon burn. Use sustainable practices whenever possible. Recycle or minimize the use of materials that cause environmental destruction. Well, I would like to give you my message. I am Udanta Dinuje, a first year student of the Faculty of Engineering Technology, University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka, who has been joining you so far and has been running the online broadcast network of the Dakshina Lanka Fisheries Organization. Hoping to meet again in a similar program, we bid you farewell for today. Join us, be a person of value to the country and the world. I remain silent, wishing the country well and you success.